So we were just having a really great conversation out in the hall, and we figure, hey, let's throw the camera up, jump in the studio, grab some mics, and share it. My name is Tyler with Carlson & Co. Real Estate Coaching. This is Caleb, and he's my ad-lib guy.
Let's go.
Let's go. So really, this boils down to one question, and it's simple, but it's big. Do you have the systems in place to be successful as a real estate agent in 2023?
What systems?
Right. Here's the deal. It's been pretty easy to be successful. Like, we've all been talking about that. Everybody knows, yeah, we suck. It's been great. We don't know what we're doing. We just kind of had business flowing our way. So what does that mean now? What does it mean moving forward? How am I going to continue to be as successful as I have been and more in 2023? It's going to boil down to 6 things. The first thing is effort. It's going to take work, more work. This is a season to be unreasonable. It's a season to be extreme. It's a season to be obsessed, because the fact is, you don't know what it's going to take. You don't know the level of activity it's going to take moving forward in order to be successful. And anybody says that they do know exactly what it's going to take, they might have an idea, but they're not going to be able to tell you exactly, because we've moved into a space that nobody's operated in before, right? Inventory continues to go up, and the prices are going down. The amount of people transacting is going down. We still have just as many realtors as we had last month, and that means, do I need to call 100 people a day, or do I need to call 200 people a day? The reality is, until you're taking that action, we don't know what it's going to take. But we do know that we have to, what's the word? Falter? Fall back? We have to
adapt, change.
No. We have to do the extreme option. Default. We have to default to more activity versus less activity. And that's going to come in a lot of different ways. Number 2, we got to systemize these relationships we've created with our clients. And one of the bigger things that we did in the last year that totally changed the paradigm, the perspective of how we are treating our database of past clients, is we quit calling them past clients. Okay? These are people that are going to continue to share a relationship with us moving forward, people who are going to continue to refer, and in order for us to continue to create value for them, we have to recognize and realize that whether they're selling a house this year or not, they are our client moving forward. The way we go about communicating with those people is where this comes in huge. We have to find ways to consistently create value in our relationships, whether they're selling a house or not. And that could look like giving them a call once a quarter to talk about what sorts of referrals they need. If spring's coming up, do they need a landscaper? Do they need someone to check out their sprinkler system? How's your HVAC handling all the cold right now? Do you need somebody to de-winterize your boat? Whatever it is, you need to take the initiative to identify something, create the value, share it on a one-on-one basis.
Kind of reminds me of the Go-Giver, right?
It's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Number 3, social media.
It's so important.
Right? It's the thing that, like, we've been saying,
So
you got to do your social media for like 10 years now. You got to do video for like 10 years now.
I posted this month.
Exactly.
This month.
Exactly. And here's what a lot of this boils down to. What a lot of it boils down to is we give ourselves credit for the bare minimum. We're consistently giving ourselves credit for doing the bare minimum without identifying whether or not that bare minimum is going to help us get to our goals or not.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
We don't know. And it goes back to my first conversation. If you've decided, maybe you weren't calling anybody and you decided, I'm going to do 60 dials a day, and you've been doing that 60 dials a day for 2 weeks and you don't have any clients, guess what? 60 dials a day ain't going to do it.
It's like 100 dials.
We got to go to 100. We got to go to 120. Maybe it's 200. It's going to depend on who you're dialing and your skill set on the phone.
Yep.
But giving yourself the out of I posted last week
Right.
or I sent something today without thinking about what am I posting? Why am I posting? How am I contributing? What am I tying them back to? How's my follow-up? These are, you can't just put out value or assume that it's going to be valuable and hope something's going to drift and find its way back to you.
Yeah, because you did something good.
Because you did something good.
Yeah.
It has to come. It has to be part of this greater ecosystem.
And it's so important that you have somebody around you or yourself to hold you accountable when you're doing these activities.
Exactly. So 3, social media, video, critical. 4, your network. Not just
Friends and family?
No, not even friends and family. I'm talking the realtors that you are doing transactions with, the people in your association, the lenders, the vendors, the inspectors, the people that are in your industry are ultimately going to create the opportunities for you and your clients.
That kind of sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it?
It does sound counterintuitive.
Speaking with other agents will get you more business?
It gets you more business. And here's how that works is the agents that are selling or transacting more often are typically finding more opportunities for their clients, and those opportunities are coming from the relationships that they have with other people within their industry. Every time.
It's all about
I feel like
the
every time I do this to the
relationships.
table, it shakes it. I gotta do that. We're figuring this out. 5, email. And here's why I put it on the list.
You don't open emails.
Is
People still open
because
emails?
I think it's become something that we've just kind of wiped under the table. Like, is that?
The scraps.
Yeah. Why don't think you say wiped under the table? It's something that we assume that just people don't do anymore,
They don't.
right?
Yeah.
But it's part of this greater ecosystem where people are seeing you consistently deliver information, value,
Sure.
so that when they are ready or when they are prepared and they think real estate.
I want you to touch more on that. It doesn't necessarily have to be direct value, right? I mean,
No.
explain. What are we sending these people? What are we emailing them?
If you post something on Facebook, it should be also created into an email and sent out. If you're creating hey, just checking in for your past clients, it should go out to everybody else. If you're saying, hey, Merry Christmas to your past clients, it should go to everybody else. If you saw a really interesting article about the direction the market's going, it should be put into an email, linked, and sent to everybody else. It's this very easy, simple way to communicate with a group of people. Maybe 10, maybe 20, maybe 30% are going to see and take action on that email.
Sure.
But it's that 30% of 5,000 people
Right.
that are going to continually drive the referrals in your business. Here's what you have to realize. And this is a big one. Like, this is when the camera kind of zooms in and says, whoa, big moment here. The NAR put out stats just this last year, 2021. Okay, almost 80% of realtors met their clients through a third-party referral, a person, not a Zillow, not a Realtor.com,
Wow.
through a person. Okay, vice versa, clients reported almost 80%, it's like 70-something, met their agent through a referral source.
So you're saying there is a connector that you need somebody to talk to connect you with the client.
Absolutely.
77% of the time.
What we have to realize is the communication, the value, the relationship that we're building will be a client at some point, but way more than that, they are the driver of referrals that end up being our clients now.
Right.
We have to stop trying to communicate with our database like they are our potential clients and communicate with them more like they are our referral source.
I love it.
These people that we're trying to engage and enroll into our business.
I love it. How many agents do you think are talking to their past clients asking for referrals?
I think maybe 50% are communicating with their past clients
Sure.
like a couple times a year, like
Sure.
a booty call.
Oh, hey, you up?
Hey, yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm not,
You
you
want to
know,
buy a house?
I'm pretty down. I'm not feeling real great about my business right now. Can you come by and make me feel better?
Yeah.
Right? That's how that's
Now,
how it works. It's how they treat.
does it work? It can't work, right? It can't work.
You're
like
gonna
that.
pull one or two,
Sure. You might
right?
get lucky, right?
Everybody's lonely sometimes, but but the reality is it's not sustainable, and it's not a foundation that you can build on.
Right. You can't plan your business around that.
It's not going to get you anywhere.
No. Email. What's the next one?
Your farm.
Your farm.
And here's why that's
I don't
important.
know a farm.
Here's why that's important. I'm not saying everybody needs to go out and create a neighborhood farm. Different markets respond well to different things.
Let's start. What is a farm? What do you mean by farm?
A specific area that you market with direct mail, door knock, hold open houses,
Perfect.
specialize in order to capture the larger percentage of business being done in that.
Got you.
in
So
that
you
market.
want to be that agent for that neighborhood, basically.
Right.
Got you.
But what I'm saying is it doesn't have to be a neighborhood.
Okay.
Okay, what we have to realize is the leads you have in your CRM are part of your database. The leads that you have in your social media are part of your database. The leads in Facebook, leads in Instagram, the people.
Right.
The past clients that you have are part of your database. Your friends, family, and sphere of influence are part of your database. And this ecosystem of people are your full database.
Mm-hmm.
That database should be cross-referencing and enrolling
Right.
in those different places.
So your Facebook friends should be also on your CRM.
And you should also be having a system in place to gather email information, phone number information,
Absolutely.
and eventually address information so that you can send them direct mail
Right.
that is going to pull them back to social media, or it's going to pull them back to what's the value on my home, or
Right.
it's going to draw them to the website, draw them to your blog, draw them to your email newsletter. We have to find ways to create this marketing ecosystem of
I
branding
like that.
through value
Right.
versus one-on-one conversion.
Right.
Because
And
one-on-one
that doesn't
conversion
come
is
over.
pretty
I mean,
good.
that's a lot of effort right there, right? I mean, right there, that's already just talking about that activity is doubled. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, because you say it every day almost, the low-hanging fruit of last year will not carry you through 2023.
No, it's all rotten and withered, and it's gonna make you sick.
You
need some sustenance.
That's right.
Sustenance. And it's different times, and it calls for a different agent.
Yeah.
We're in a different year, a different world, and it calls for a different person.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to be that person. Not everybody's going to be capable of being that person.
Right.
I think it's this gut check time. Are you going to take things a step further than you otherwise would have
Right.
before? It's not just, hey, I'm going to make $100 a day, collect these nurtures over here in a pot, and check in with them once or twice a month to see until they're ready.
No.
It's
This is a contact them 10 times a day or 10 times a week.
Right.
until
I'm gonna communicate. I'm going to collect these nurtures, and then I'm going to go out and find ways to obtain value to share with them and the rest of my ecosystem to keep them enrolled in my business.
Gotcha.
I think realtors have this problem where they do really well at one or two things for a short period of time.
And they rely on that skill set.
Yeah, we'll hammer our leads for a little bit until we get bored of it. And we went to some meeting and somebody said, open houses have been killing it for me. And then we'll kick ass at open houses for a little bit until we get distracted, or I go to a seminar and somebody said social media and YouTube have been doing great for my business. And so we decide we're going to make a couple videos and make a plan and, do all these things.
Focusing on one thing here and there something new every week.
Right. and pretty soon we go through these cycles
It just
of
doesn't
never
sound sustainable.
never committing long term to the compounding effect. And I think it would be better to commit to one of those things long term
Yeah.
than to jump around to all of them. What I'm telling you, you're going to need to be successful moving forward over the next 2 years is the compounding effect of all of them in one ecosystem in order to drive your business moving forward.
Where's your ecosystem at? I don't know. This is Tyler and Caleb with
Yeah, that was
Carlson
a great
Home
sign
Group.
off.
That was terrible. I was
Where's
trying to think of a
your-
sign off.
Where's your ecosystem at?